The Wyedean Rally marked the end of the Pirelli Welsh Rally Championship for 2017, and what a finale it would be. Still plenty of action to come on the stages. On to the opening stages then, an iconic rally this. It will be the lead for Callum Black and Elliot Edmondson. A cautious start with running first on the road, but it was paying off. Sadly for this pair, Martin and Dawn England, there would be problems from the start. Not a good feeling in the car, and in fact, they'd go no further after the morning stages. For Peter Stevenson and Darren Garrett, it will be second place at the end of the morning stages. Wiper issues have been their main issue this morning. Meanwhile, Andy Davies and Lee Taylor were trying to keep the balance between speed and caution. The stage is very slippery. The finish was what they needed this weekend. It was third place for now. And for Scott Faulkner and Dom Adams, it will be fourth place. Not quite sure if the conditions were upsetting the balance of the car or if they had a more serious problem through the morning stages. Chris Powell and Jim Lewis, as we had come to expect by now, were putting in another giant-killing performance in the 1400 Sunbeam, lying in fifth place overall at this stage, and of course, with that, they were leading the class. The feeling in the car wasn't great for Tony Williams and Karen Phelps. They weren't happy at all with the morning's performance, but the times were still good. Sixth place on the leaderboard for now. For Simon Rogers and Wyn Davies, it will be seventh place. A stall and spin lost them a little time, but apart from that, it had been a trouble-free morning. These stages are so challenging, but for Rob Dennis and Andrew Boswell, they were enjoying the challenge. The conditions providing some sideways moments, but they did need to make sure they got it to the finish. David Lloyd-Roberts and Di Jones will be just 4 seconds back from Dennis on the results at this stage. Going well for the pair as they lie in ninth place in the championship standings as well. And rounding out the top 10 leaderboard at the midway point in the rally were Ross Leach and Hannah McKillop. They'd be a little further back on the times though. Just outside the top 10, it will be 11th place overall for Andrew and Jamie Lee Fox. The BMW pairing only 9 seconds back from that 10th place up ahead. And for Martin Walters and Marie Fletcher, it will be 12th place after stage 4. Things seemed to be going well for the pair in the class and overall results so far. Jeff Cottrell and Nathan Crew would have posted a 13th place time, rounding out the championship crews at this stage and making it through the morning stages. So with the day reaching the midway point, it's Callum Black leading the way, but it certainly wasn't over just yet. 4 stages still to go. On to the afternoon stages then, and it will be a 12th place finish for Jeff Cottrell and Nathan Crew. We lose a notable contender from the results up ahead, more on that soon. This, of course, means a step up the leaderboard for Martin Walters and Marie Fletcher as well. They end the rally with 11th place overall. And for Andrew and Jamie Lee Fox, it will be a top 10 finish, rounding out the top 10 as they reach the finish of this tricky but fantastic rally. Frustratingly, the change in places will be due to the loss of this pair, Ross Leach and Hannah McKillop. They retire in stage 5. For those ahead on the results, though, there wasn't much change. David Lloyd-Roberts and Di Jones end the event with 9th place on the leaderboard. For Rob Dennis and Andrew Boswell, there will be no change either, ending the rally with 8th place overall here on the Wyedean stages. Tony Williams and Karen Phelps put in a good performance despite not feeling that way in the car. They end the rally with 7th place overall. And they'd have dropped back ever so slightly, losing out on that 6th place to Simon Rogers and Wyn Davies, who step up to take that position through the afternoon stages. Chris Powell and Jim Lewis continued their good run to take the class victory, and of course with it a great 5th place overall finish in that 1400 Sunbeam. I said it earlier, but I'll say it again, giant killing from this pair. Scott Faulkner and Dom Adams just miss out on the podium places this weekend, but they do take 2nd place in the class with their 4th place overall result at the end of the rally. In the final of the podium positions, it will be this man, Andy Davies, with Lee Taylor alongside. That finish giving them the N4 class win as well this weekend. For Peter Stevenson and Darren Garrett, it would be the runner-up spot. They sadly couldn't match the pace of the leaders, but the result was certainly a good way to end their Welsh Championship campaign. But that, of course, means it's the win for Callum Black and Elliot Edmondson. Callum's first overall victory, and of course, a result that secures him the Pirelli Welsh Rally Championship title for 2017. So confirmation then of the results, with victory for Black giving him the final points needed to take that championship title. The Wyedean certainly provided plenty of action amongst both the championship crews and others competing on the event. A fitting end to a challenging and once again spectacular season in the Pirelli Welsh Rally Championship. Keep an eye out in the new year for the 2018 Championship, and in the meantime, you can catch up with all of the coverage from this season by looking through our videos on Facebook or YouTube.